Okay, you're doing good though. Don't worry yourself.
I've just ruined like 15 people's day.
You haven't, trust me, this happens. Okay, good. Good. Congratulations to passing your theory test today. And now what we want to do is just book your practical test straight away. We're going to do that for Isleworth Test Centre, and then we will have something in place to work towards. Okay. So today we're going to look at we're going to recap on the dual carriageways that we did last session. It is going to be a little bit busier today compared to last time because we're just around 4:30 right now, and then we're going to recap on everything else we've learned, and if we have enough time we'll look at a new manoeuvre, which is bay parking.
Sounds good.
Okay. Actually, sorry, before we move off, if I can just turn over. Now, because we went on the dual carriageways last season, we're going to be going like more or less straight away onto them as well. I'm going to get you to practice the gears. So if you put it into second gear, into third, into fourth, and into fifth, and into fourth, and into third, into fourth, into fifth, and into third, into fourth, into second, into third, into fourth, into fifth. Oh, so remember, go to neutral and then up. Yeah, neutral, slide, and then up. Okay, good. So it was all good except for that last gear change. Okay, all right, good. I'm happy with that. So do you remember the dual carriages as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember the signs? Yeah, the different types of slip roads.
When you're coming off.
Perfect. Okay, good. And yeah, so I will maybe still talk for them, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. All right, good. Whenever you're ready, we're going to move up. So we're taking the next road on your right. Now, who has priority here? Us or them? Us. So let's go. They've got giveaway lines there, no? So we were on the main road and they had giveaway lines, which means they need to give way to us. Yeah. So there's undue hesitation, and people won't be expecting you to be giving way to that many cars, especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, it's natural to want to move over to the left, but there's sometimes not going to be enough space for you to move over, and you just got to hold your position in the middle. Okay, so when you see a vehicle, keep an eye on your positioning. Not too close. Remember, you want it to be easier for you to move away. Yeah. Okay. Is there not enough space there? Come away with a bigger turn now, bigger turn, slower car. Okay. Had you not got that close, you wouldn't have had to do such big turns. Yeah, so try to maintain a nice, a bigger gap so it's easy for you to maneuver back out. We're going to turn left at the end of this road. Okay. So make sure you're not going to get too close to the vehicle in front as well, okay? At the end of the road, we're going to turn left. Everyone's signal there. There was 4 cars with the left signal. That probably would have given you enough time to enter the road, yeah?
Yeah.
So once again, slight undue hesitation there. Try to figure out where everyone's going by looking at the signals as well. Good. So you check your top mirror, yeah, you checked your right mirror a little late there, yeah. So it's top and right to move away from the bus lane. Are we allowed to use the bus lane?
Yeah. 440, 37. No, we can't.
Good. No. So the sign's just there, so you can only pass it. You can only enter back over to left after the sign, yeah? So you can signal left there. I didn't say turn left or right, so you're going straight ahead?
Yeah, it comes to the left, right?
Correct. So just above the end of bus lane sign, there was another sign that was telling you where each of the lanes are going. Did you see that sign?
Yeah.
Yep, so the right lane showed that it was a right only, and to go straight ahead you had to stay in the left hand lane. So what I'm for seeing the end of bus lane sign, but you tried to move over too early. You got to pass.
Exactly after the sign.
Yeah. So I would have signalled where you was trying to move over, but move over just after the sign and once the solid white line had finished. Roundabout, we're going to turn right, third exit. Okay, good. I was happy with the roundabout. Maybe just slightly wide. It's because you're worried about those oncoming cars too much. If you have priority to them, you start to turn, they will eventually stop and leave you space to turn, okay? And there was just that one other thing. You didn't check your left mirrors whilst coming up to that roundabout. The two lanes were merging, so we have priority. Well done.
Say that again?
So as we were coming up to the roundabout, there was a bus lane on our left and we were in the right hand lane, correct? And then I said to you at the roundabout we're turning right, third exit. I felt like you didn't realise that the two lanes were merging. The bus lane and our lane. And at no point did you check your left mirrors to see who we were merging with. Correct. So we're turning left to the next set of traffic lights. Good mirrors, good signal. So there's a green sign, says A40. So we now need to look out for speed signs. What is the speed?
40.
What have we got here? Slip road. So we build our speed a lot quicker by accelerating more. If you plan ahead, what's happening on the dual carriageway?
Traffic.
So we're probably not going to need a lot of speed, right?
Yeah.
But what type of slip road is this? One that's merging or
Merging.
So what do we need? Perfect. We make use of the whole slip road, okay? And look at your speed, it's starting to go below 20, so I'll go down to second. Keep checking your mirrors, think about where you could be going into. Try not to look over your shoulder there. There's too much looking over your shoulder.
You're not allowed to do that?
Imagine you're going at 70 miles per hour or 50 miles per hour.
Yeah.
You're going to lose control.
Yeah.
Are we still trying to switch lanes?
No.
Thank you. Now keep a nice following distance. Just slightly too close. Just come off the gap. Look at your signal on the right. Be aware of what's happening in the right hand lane because people will be looking to move over, especially if they're taking the exit. Okay?
Very slow.
At the moment, it will pick up.
That's how I like it then.
acceleration first, more gas, more gas, more gas. Keep going, faster, more gas. Don't be afraid. More. If it's uphill, we'll change now in the fourth gear. Watch your positioning when you change. You can start drifting too close to a curve, and I heard that drain. Means we're less than a drain's width away.
Very good point.
Or just turn a little bit lighter, not so much movement, okay? That's it, well done. And hold just turn a little bit lower. That's it. Loads of people coming in. Off the gas, start coming in brakes and clutch. Let's drop down to third. Slow down more, slow down more. All of these people coming in front. Check your left mirrors. Anyone else trying to squeeze in? Good. Well done. So at that point you should be asking yourself, am I going to slow down? Look at your speed. Take, feel what speed you're kind of doing and make sure you're in the appropriate gear as well. Perfect gear change, well done. Keeping on that right lane as well. Just know what's happening. Good. Needs to be left hand, needs to be a little bit lower. That's it. And now I want us to keep on the 840 again, just like last time. Look out for signs to figure out which lanes we need to be in.
So we need to come over, right?
Correct.
Signal now?
Yeah, so tell everyone what you want to do first, and then look for a gap and adjust your speed accordingly. Now, if that's a big enough gap, and go back on the gas so you can get into it a little bit quicker. Okay. Well done. But he's half-hearted there, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't looking to go in, so I said so. So that's a big enough gap, and you were within, you was doing about 32 miles per hour, maybe speed up to match the gap, and then come in. Yep. Frequent mirror checks to know what's happening around the car, where each of these vehicles are looking to go. Look out for the signals as well, okay? Steering wheel a little bit lighter with your right hand. That's it. Good. And now we're going to take the next exit off towards right slip, okay? It's uphill, so I'd give a bit more power so you can climb the hill better without losing too much speed.
Slip road, where it's got its own lane.
Good. What are we going to do?
Speed up.
Okay. It's 50 now, well done. Now it's an extra lane there. So
Go
now
for it.
signal first, tell people your intentions. Don't rush it, come off the gas as well. Just let this person pass it. Is he letting you in? Yes, he is. Okay. Turn off signal. Perfect. Now you try to do your signal and move over at the same time. That doesn't give them enough time to respond, okay? Now the sign said the right slip was its next exit. At 100 yards, what are you going to do?
Signal.
Correct. We don't slow down the dual carriageway, we have a slip road. And now we will start slowing down, turn off the signal. Brake more, think about what's happening in front of you, jump in gear, clutch down straight to second gear. And 1, 2, 3 with the clutch, keep braking, still want to slow down, keep it nice and slow right at the end, this goes too fast. That sudden braking there, yeah. You actually were braking really well, but as soon as you put it in second gear, you let go of your brakes.
Yeah.
Gonna keep the car fast, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. I was
That's
happy with
good
the
fun.
carriageway.
I like this kind of roads.
The A roads?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Only thing that's a bit stressful is changing
Yeah, changing lanes, coming on the slip roads and coming off as well. But yeah, I feel like you know what you're doing. And look at the signal, just be aware of what the people are doing. So It is left signal, maybe they're trying to move into this lane, okay? Okay, now the next roundabout, I want us to turn right, 4th exit. So which lane do we need to be in?
Right lane.
There's loads of traffic there, so let's tell people what we want to do. Try not to go in front of people, so see if there's a car. Keep travelling forward. Just a little bit. And
In here?
no, you wouldn't go in like this. You'd have to see if someone's opening up a gap for you, yeah? Okay, so he's seen your signal most likely. So when the traffic starts to move in his lane, see what the vehicle does. See if he moves forward. Is he moving forward?
Yeah.
No, he's not, so he's letting you in. Perfect. Does that make sense? You say thank you. And you saw that cyclist coming up, right?
Yeah.
So just don't focus on just switching lanes. You also got to make sure there's no one in between the two lanes, okay? So cyclists and motorbikes. Just like this. So we're going to try the easier one first, which is the right side, okay? Now, once you enter in, we pick the bay we want to park in. Say we want to park in that bay just in front, not this one here, just the one above.
Yeah.
Okay. What you would want to do is drive up to that bay and get your door handle in line with the first line of your
This
bay.
bit?
That's the one, yeah. Okay.
In line with the line.
Yeah, the first line of the bay.
But do we come over before then? Or
No.
not?
So you stay in this position at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. So you drive up straight, get your door handle in line with the first line. I'm going to get you to do that now. So clutch down into first gear, and we're going to look around just to make sure it's safe. So we're just going to drive up to the first line of the bay and stop at that point, just there.
Wait, which one?
Okay, so
Go for
I
the next
think we both got the wrong one. Good. Tell me when you're there.
Yeah.
Slightly more forward, just slightly. That's it, perfect. Good. Okay, so that's your door handle in line with the first line of the bay. I'm happy with that. Okay, and at this point you want to make sure you signal. Also, if you already picked your bay, while you're coming up to the bay as well, you can already put your signal on so people are aware of which side you're parking on. So we'll apply a right signal for now. We're going to look over our shoulder, right shoulder, just make sure no one's overtaking. Is it safe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now all you need to do is keep the car really slow and do a full lock to your right. So nice and slow, really big turns, quick turns, keeping it slow. Full lock, that's not full lock, there you go. Good. Now you will feel sometimes that you're going over the next bay, which is perfectly fine. Good. And then when you're more or less straight, start straightening up, keeping it slow. And to tell you the maximum you can go forward, when the line or the curb in front is underneath your mirror, the right mirror, that would tell you that that's the maximum you can go forward. So a little bit more, and just stop there. Perfect. Okay, and then at this point, now you've got to ask yourself why you was going into the bay. Did you feel like it was going in correctly? Did you feel like you ended up in the bay?
Did I end up in the what?
Do you feel like, yeah?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I didn't, because I didn't lock straight away.
Okay, so what could that mean?
Didn't turn into it.
Okay, so which side are you probably
This
closer
side?
to? Okay, so now if you feel like once you come into the bay and you're not inside the bay, you would reverse back and go back in,
Go
so
back
you're allowed
in,
to readjust the position. But we're going to check, but you're checking already. And are we inside the bay? So you could see the white line there?
I don't know where that's
Got a slightly bigger gap on that side, and we've
Yeah.
got a really small gap here, but you are inside the bay.
Okay.
Had you done the full lock straight away,
Yeah, wouldn't have been.
correct, it would have been further away from this line here.
Okay.
Okay, do you understand the reference?
Yeah.
Okay, now the second part to the maneuver is reversing out this bay. Okay, so I'll talk you through it while you're doing it. So you put it into reverse first. We do a whole look around, so we look all the way around, starting from your right ideally and finishing to your left. But it doesn't matter, just making sure you look around everywhere. Okay, and then you ask yourself, is it safe? Release your handbrake, and you're going to reverse back in a straight line to begin with. Looking mainly in the back window and over your shoulders, making sure it's safe. Good, keeping it really slow, keep an eye on your speed, and stop just around here for a moment because the car was going a bit too fast. Once you've got about halfway out, we want to start to turn. Now the reason why we reverse back in a straight line before turning is because if there's cars next to you, There's cars right next to you. If you start turning straight away,
Straight.
correct. So we reverse half car length first and then start to turn. Okay, so now I want us to reverse to your right and drive up to your left. So we're going to stay which way, you reckon? Correct. Keep looking around, make sure it's safe. Perfect. Good. Looking over your left shoulder as well. Perfect. Good observations. And as soon as there's enough space, we can stop here. Stop just there. Now you don't need to wait until you get back to straight. As soon as you've got enough space in front, we will just stop, put it into first gear, do another quick look around, make sure it's still safe, and then we're going to move off and come back to your normal driving position, which is keeping to the left. And we're going to try the parking again, okay? Okay, so pick a bay and forward park into on the right side of the road. Okay, so you done?
Yeah, I didn't signal.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second, and that's perfect. Well done, the reference is working perfectly for you, and that's really well placed inside the bay. And the judgment of you going forward, you keep looking over to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, the judgment of how far forward you can go, you're actually judging that really well as well, so that reference is working really well for you. So yes, you're correct, you didn't use the signal, you didn't check over your right shoulder before going into the bay. Okay?
Which one?
You didn't look over your right shoulder, yeah, before turning in.
Overtakes you.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good. So that's forward bay parking. Now we're going to talk about how to reverse bay park. Yeah. Okay. That's the bay we're going to park in. Now what you want to do is you want to drive past the bay, counting the lanes. Okay. So if this is my bay here, okay, this is your bay. We don't count this first lane. We count the one further away from you. Okay. And we want to count the three lanes ahead. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. And again, you want your not the door handle. It's going to be your shoulder in line with that line.
When you're counting, do you count that line first?
Yes.
1, 2, okay.
Perfect. Okay. And this will just put you further forward, so when you start to reverse, this will allow you back to come in.
1.
Keeping the same position, well done. A bit more to your left. 2. In line with your shoulder. Actually, you sit quite far back, in line with your chest. Yep, I'm happy with that. Okay, good. So now from here, we'll put it into reverse gear. We'll do a 7-point check, starting from your right, looking all the way around, finishing in the back window, and you'd get the car moving slowly, and you just do a full lock to your right at this point, when it's safe, when I've seen that car. Oh yeah, sorry, we need to signal to tell people where you're parking, so we're going to signal right. So signal right now.
No.
Yeah, so this car knows what you're doing. Well done. Good. And start to do a full lock to your right. Again, it's a full lock to your right. Good. Now we keep it nice and slow, keep looking around everywhere. And we're going to start looking at your mirrors to see how it's looking with the lines, okay? So we keep going further back. Now in your right mirror, it looks like we're going to get too close to that line, correct? So we steer away, perfect. And now and again, you've got to keep checking this left mirror as well. So you've got to look for the other line as well. Now I feel like we're going to be further away from it, so I'll bring it back in. And look in this mirror, we should start seeing a line in this mirror, okay, eventually. Can you start seeing it right, really close to it?
Yep.
So car, perfect. Now, it still feel like we're getting too close to that side, or? There we are, perfect. Good. And now back to the right, feel like we're too close to this line, look in your left mirror. 3. Perfect. And when you're more or less straight, you're going to go back to finding your wheels. Go back to straight with the wheels. That's it. And then we just have to reverse back. Now to tell you the maximum you can go into the bay, obviously keep looking behind in your rear window, just making sure you gauge how close you are to the wall or the bush. And also again, the white line that runs across, got to be underneath your mirror. done. And putting it to neutral and putting your handbrake on tells exactly what you've done. And that is perfect.
Brilliant.
Yep. Did you understand what you just did there?
Mm-hmm.
So the reference was, yeah, so the starting position's got to be in the middle of the road. Your reference is the third line away from the bay. So if this is the bay, not the first line of the bay, the one further away. And that's 1, 2, 3. In line with, what do we say for you? Your chest. And then
your chest is basically where your shoulders are, right?
just in front of you. So some people end up getting it like with the back shoulder. Okay, but yeah, just in front.
Just say,
yeah, or you can say this little bit here for you.
yeah.
Yep. Because some people are really short and they end up saying like this, so I just tell them it's like near the shoulder. Okay, good. Now to do the left side is the exact same thing. Again, it's just position your middle, but this time you'd have to do a left signal and stay to your left instead. Does that make sense? You want to try it on your own? Okay, let's try the left side. So. Okay, good. I would have personally geared down.
Yeah, I was trying so hard not to.
Try and, I mean, we try not to as much as possible, but don't overly do that as well, because then you might put yourself too close to the car. Correct. Think about what's happening there. No, we're going to wait here. Because if you enter in, then we can't fit in that gap, then we're going to just block the path for that person, and we're all going to get stuck. Perfect. Good coming away. At the crossroads, we're going to turn left. Okay, now say some of those people over there want to turn into this road.
So what have I got to do then?
So no, you should have planned that, and you should have stopped earlier. You would have just stopped further back, so you're keeping the junction open so people could turn in as well. In this situation now, I would just stay here and hope that no one wants to turn in. So plan better next time.
Reverse back.
Yes, but you don't want to get in that situation, because if there was another car behind you, you wouldn't be able to do that, right? Well done. There's this space. Just because he's going doesn't mean there's going to be enough space for you. Okay, you've decided to go as well. Okay, we're going to keep going now. Keep going. We're going to enter into that space just behind. Clutch goes down. Keep it nice and slow. Come right the way in. So there's only enough space for us. That's it. And they will pass through. There you go. It will stop just there. Edge forward just slightly for me, just ever so slightly, slowly does it. I don't know why the car behind. So it's not just you, the car behind even did the same thing. So you didn't plan well enough there and saw that you didn't see if there was enough space for you, and the car behind did the exact same thing. That's why everyone's getting stuck. Okay, you're doing good though. Don't worry yourself.
I've just ruined like 15 people's day.
You haven't, trust me, this happens. It just means we need to plan better, okay? So just because the person in front's gone doesn't mean there's going to be enough space for you, okay? So try to look in front. Yep, I feel like we're going to get through this. Perfect. And once you're in that situation, it's not just saying, oh, I don't know what to do. You've got to try figuring out what you need to do, okay? Sometimes you will need to reverse back. Well done. Good mirror check. sometimes you will need to reverse back, and sometimes you just need to enter and try to, you know, he saw that you was coming up from behind, so he moved forward, so he's trying to create you that space, so we just tuck ourselves in as much as possible. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Hey, bye-bye.